is the 4th of July, and that means things that are American, like apple pie. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and that is America's favorite amateur drinker, Uncle Sam Fingers Malloy.
Shocker.
America 250 is pretty freaking awesome. And to celebrate, we start with food. We start with these things that are, American like apple pie. And Fingers brought us the deep fried McDonald's hot apple pie, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that. At 115 degrees.
Always applause for anything over 115 degrees. But these have been sitting for a little while, so they're not as hot. But look at that. Look at that. You can see the diabetes from here. Fingers, first of all, happy Independence Day.
Happy
to you
Independence Day.
and yours. Great country we live in. Let's not forget it. This has the flaky shell. First of all, much smaller than I remember.
Well, it is 2026.
This is shrinkflation. This is an egg roll, ladies and gentlemen. This is an apple pie egg roll. This is not an apple pie. This is bull crap.
But the Gen X little kid in me is absolutely screaming with joy.
Right, because that is exactly what it looked like, with a little bit of crannies in it and some bubbling going on there and a little bit of flaking, and it's what grandma's skin looks like after 85.
Oh, wow.
That's what that is.
Just missing the bruising.
It's the blood thinners, I tell you. The blood thinners. But it's half the size it used to be. It's half this. Do you care? You just want to eat it, don't you?
Unfortunately, I'm not. Listen, there are a couple of things that are missing from this experience, and we've already talked about how this is room temperature. Yep. When it's served to you right through the drive-through window, the innards, the filling, it's hot lava.
Correct.
And which also makes me wonder, when you bite into these normally, when they're piping hot, it doesn't matter if you bite from the corner, the middle, the filling will shoot out.
Yes.
And either end up on your lap, creating some sort of third-degree burn, or on the side of your face,
creating a third degree.
Yes. So I don't know if, because the temperature is not the same as it would be when you're getting right piping hot out of the deep fryer, if we're going to have the same dining
experience. You can bite
experience.
this from the corner. Mm-hmm. You can bite this straight. What if I bite it from the side? Am I a psycho killer if I bite it from the side?
Oh, enjoy, Governor.
So do you want to go first? Even you got them.
No, you go first.
I'm going first. I'm going in. I'm going. Look. You know what? It smells like old fried.
It does. You know what it does. You know what it sounds like? It smells like 1978.
Is that? Tell us about the year, Fingers.
The year was 1978. Your father was in his V8 Plymouth and waiting 20 minutes to get gasoline.
It was a simpler time, kids. ABBA was on the radio. All right, here I go. I'm going in. Okay, go in. This is the hot apple pie. Not so hot apple pie for us, but it's a good way to celebrate America 250.
When's the last time you had one of these?
What's today?
July
19 million years ago.
You haven't had one since it has made its return, triumphant return? You have not had one. This is your first one.
In between, yes. I had one when I was a kid. I'm having one now.
Okay. Same.
All right, here I go.
Oh, it's got that apple pie crunch. And?
It's freaking awesome. Now, it would be better hotter. Agreed. Yeah. The apple is perfect. Mm-hmm. Cinnamon punches the consistency of the apple, which I don't even know if it's real apple. It could just be
apple curious.
Right. It's got the right level of gelatinous. Oh, bravo. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going in.
Go ahead. Oh, he didn't go for the corner bite like I did. He ate quarter, a third of the apple pie. It does taste a little bit like youth. I'm not going to lie. Except for the size, which is a bunch of bull crap.
The only thing this whole experience is missing is when we're smoking our cigar, if we had a McDonald's ashtray.
Mm-hmm.
That would make the whole experience complete.
And you can get those on eBay.
What's amazing is, it definitely, it has that deep fried flavor to it. It definitely came out of the fryer, or at least it tastes that way. And the apple filling, there's such a strong scent of apple that it almost is like a candle.
Apple, cinnamon, baking spice. No, really, and not overwhelmingly sweet, now don't get me wrong. This with coffee, enjoy it. Chef's kiss. But not overly sweet, the right level of sweet. This is, I gotta say, they did this absolutely perfect.
They did.
Except for size, which is bullcrap. Have I said that?
Yes.
Have I said the size is bullcrap? The size is bullcrap. This is an apple pie egg roll right here.
What it needs is a vanilla shake chaser that you could do a little dunking.
Could I ask them to put they don't have blenders, right? They don't have blenders at McDonald's. Because I would put the apple pie in the shake. Oh. This in the vanilla shake, game over.
Yeah.
Game over.
Have you ever had Portillo's?
No, never once.
The Italian beef sandwich chain
out
of Chicago.
Yeah.
Well, I'm painting a picture for Eat Drink Smoke Nation.
Smoke Nation, yes.
One of the things that they have for dessert is the chocolate cake shake. They take a full piece of their signature chocolate cake and put it in a blender with ice cream and make a shake out of it, and it is amazing.
Is it really?
Yes.
All right, we can do that.
Next time.
Yeah, but this vanilla ice cream, this is a shake. This is a 20.
Yeah.
If they offered it, I'd pay. I would pay double.
I'm trying. Well, the only problem with that whole theory is at McDonald's the machine would probably break down.
It's broken right now.
Yes, but having said that, what about it with the McFlurry?
I would also do that too. Yes. Well, yeah. Use the McFlurry machine. Perfect. Done. Same difference.
Yeah.
Same difference.
But again, I think it's only open for a half hour every Tuesday.
I'm going to say this again for the people in the cheap seats. They did this perfect.
Yeah.
Except for size. They did that absolutely. How much was this apple pie?
I believe that I bought 2 for $3. $3.69. It was $3.69.
Oh, $3.69.
Yes.
By the way, caution, hot. That's not bad. 2 for $3.69.
Now I have to ask, what other fast food restaurant menu items from our youth need to be brought back?
Well, they've already brought back the McRib, and they brought back this, and I guess to do the trifecta, they need to bring back the McDLT, right? I need George Costanza doing more commercials.
Yeah. Taco Bell had the Taco Bell Grande.
I remember that.
It was a giant hard shell taco supreme. It was like 2 to 3 sizes of a normal taco. And then Burger King had Burger Buddies. It was their version of a slider. Yeah, you get a pack of 3. Yeah, those are really good too.
You need this apple pie, you need a Wendy's Frosty, and then you need some onion rings from Burger King. That is the fast food trifecta.
That would not suck.
That would not suck at all.
I mean,
I would say get some iced tea from Chick-fil-A, but iced tea is gross. Oh, yeah. Oh, I said it. I said America's 250, and I don't have to hold my tongue for nothing. It's a great day to be an American. Hot apple pies, good way to start the show. Keep it right here. So to celebrate Independence Day properly, we shouldn't be working at all. We should be lighting off fireworks and just drinking beer.
Well, that's every day for me.
Good point. Good point.
Thank you.
Well done. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. It is the Independence Day edition. And don't forget, it is not the 4th of July. It is Independence Day, 4th of July, a date on the calendar. Independence Day, that's when we let the British know what we do.
Wow. You are very, very adamant about that, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It's a sticking point with you.
Yeah, that might be worse than people who don't wear a suit on a plane. Like, it's that kind of absolutely offensive to me. It's Independence Day. It is not 4th of July.
Remind me sometime to fly with you on Independence Day and say happy 4th of July to everyone while I'm wearing a tank top and Zubaz pants.
Last weekend, I went to go see my mother. I went down to Atlanta to go see my mother. My mother moved to Atlanta. I go to Atlanta to see my mother. And we're getting everything wrapped up on the day that I'm going to leave. We grab a quick bite. We meet my brother, the good Dr. Katz. And I'm in the suit because I'm going to the airport. He goes, You wearing a suit? I said, yeah. I wear a suit when I fly. What do? Save lives? I spit on the ground and I cursed him and I left.
He did not know after all these years that you always wear a suit on a plane.
I cannot think of the last time my brother and I were on a flight together. We were kids.
Dude.
Right? Where were we even going that we were on a flight together?
We need to make this happen.
My brother and I?
Yes.
The good Dr. Katz?
Yes. I think there needs to be a hangover type Vegas trip in your future.
You think my brother's going to go to Vegas?
Sure.
If you think I'm uncomfortable in Vegas, wait till you meet Dr. Katz.
Really? Well, I've met Dr. Katz, but Las Vegas never came up in conversation.
Yeah. No. Not happening. But while in Vegas, maybe we will smoke these. This is from Liberty Cigars. Now, I will admit to you, when I first saw Liberty Cigars, I said this is some shtick. Except they've actually built out a company around it. And I've had some of their cigars, and the cigars have been fine, but I haven't done this one. This is the John Adams. That is the second president of the United States. And John Adams, this is a 6x52 torpedo, which means it is 6 inches long.
Indeed.
Always makes fingers when I laugh. It's the idea that it's a torpedo, isn't it?
Indeed.
And the ring gauge is a 52. That's the diameter of the cigar or how thick it is around.
Indeed.
Again, with the laughter. So a 64 ring gauge would be a full 1 inch around. This would be a moment. I haven't done it yet. I haven't found myself a good V cutter yet. I'm going to get one. This would be a moment for a V cut. So a V cut is where you cut into the cigar, and especially when it's a torpedo. For me, you could be different. A torpedo or a bellicoso, which is a little more rounded. I like to do a V cut because it allows me to keep the shape of the torpedo, so you're getting that natural bringing in the draw, intensifying of the draw, and it allows you to cut in so you get a full draw in it, but it keeps the shape, what it is that the blender was going for. So that's what I would prefer to do. I don't have it with me, so I will do a straight cut, and I'm doing this nice and shallow. That's all I took off. That is not much. That is like a bris worth of cut. That's right. That's what I did. What? Was there a problem? I mean, not mine. Mine would have been a much bigger cut. But I'm talking about for other people.
Did you just make a Moyle joke?
I sure did. It's America, 250 years. You can do anything now. We got past the growing pains, people. We're in this mother for reals. And that's good. We're still getting the intensity there and bringing it up. Fingers, you've lit yours up. By the way, this is a Habano wrapper, Connecticut Broadleaf in the binder, and I love me some Connecticut Broadleaf. And it's Cuban seed, Dominican and Nicaraguan in the filler. What say you, Fingers, as you've just lit this?
Yeah, so at the light, there's a nice little bit of pepper. It's got some nice tobacco flavor. Maybe a touch of leather. Not a whole heck of a lot in the way of strong.
But not overly spiced? You're not getting a big spice bomb?
Not yet. But keep in mind, I just downed a McDonald's apple pie in 3.4 seconds. So maybe that has something to do with it.
You did well on that. I was proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been training for a long time. But it's nothing really overwhelming so far. I have had a hard time lighting this thing.
Yeah, So I would argue that these are a little over-humidified. They actually feel a little squishy. Also, I just got a little burn on mine on the wrapper there. It's gonna happen, right? You're putting flame to leaf, right? Don't get overwhelmed by it. That is right off the quick. Not as much spice as I was expecting. I was expecting from the Habano, boom. Let me show you where your mother lives. But it's not. And again with that, you know what? It's gonna be a good day. It's going to be a good day. We've got beer to drink. Oh, I do have the bourbon if you want to do the bourbon.
I got to be, unless you have something in the liquor cabinet that you're saving, I think this is going to be great because this week has been so ridiculously hot.
Yeah, everywhere, right?
Today feels like cold beer weather, but.
Cold beer weather.
Yeah.
Put that on a t-shirt. I know. Costco was selling the Eagle. Have you seen this thing?
No. Oh, wow. I've never seen Tony Katz so giddy. He walked over to the liquor cap. Look at that.
Look at this.
Look at this magnificent beast.
Costco is selling this right here. It is it's there. It's a bourbon which comes out of Indiana, so I assume it's an MGP product. And I'll open this up right here for you, Fingers.
I left my jackknife
a little bit of
in the Lexus.
You have a Lexus?
No. I don't have a jackknife either.
The decanter is an eagle. Hold on.
Oh, he's seeking a knife.
I found it.
He found his knife. It's always the last place you look. He's going in, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing the Saginaw slash. Wow. I'm surprised you're opening this. I thought that you would. This is a collectible.
Oh, don't worry. I got two.
Okay.
And so it's got the top on there. Look at that beauty.
She's beautiful.
Right? It's an eagle, and it is filled with bourbon, and it is see-through. It is so spectacular. And then to drink it, you rip off the eagle's head. America! And now it looks like a turkey. Is that not the finest thing ever to happen in the history of mankind? Ever, ever, ever.
How about that? And you could turn the head to the side.
Right? So it's looking at you while you rest. This is the John Adams from Liberty Cigars. Sorry. So we're going with beer instead of the bourbon today. But we can do that. Or you know what? It's a gift. Take it. Take it home. Share it with the kids. Agnes Jr. and Agnes the Third.
Huge bourbon drinkers.
Yeah, it has having a little trouble staying lit. I will say that. But
I thought it would be a good idea to ash all over my computer.
We will get into this. We're going to start smoking this. We're going to see where this is. Is this a shtick, or did someone actually build a cigar brand that you should at least be trying and enjoying? You got to try it all. And that's what we do. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. Much more to get to. It's Independence Day. You should enjoy yourself. Eat, drink, smoke. It is your cigar, bourbon, foodie extravaganza. I'm Tony Katz. That is Fingers Malloy. A very happy Independence Day. Smoking from Liberty Cigars. This is the John Adams. This is a Torpedo 6x52 with that Habano wrapper, Connecticut Broadleaf in the binder, Dominican and Nicaraguan in the filler. They have a massive line of cigars.
Oh?
Named for presidents, for Revolutionary War heroes, for current presidents. Israel Putnam. They've got Lafayette. They've got a whole series of things. Very, very interesting and nicely done. I will admit to you, when you hear Habano wrapper, you're expecting big spice. It's not big spice. I think you hit it on the head, Fingers, when you said leather. This is a really solid representation in the back of the tongue of leather and leather spice, because what you said was when you first hit it, neither one of us got a big spice hit. And like, okay, it's a Habano, expecting that kind of boldness. And then you said you got more of a baking spice at the first. Well, I did not.
Okay.
But what you're discussing is what it is that became more pronounced. What is it that's really kind of happening with the smoke? And I think that the leather is what you're actually experiencing. Back of the tongue into a little bit of the back of the throat, which is a weird spot to get some flavors. That, if you were to picture a worthy briefcase and the smell of that, this is what it would taste like. That's what I believe the flavor is. I believe it is a leather spice that you're getting. Now, you got a little bit of tobacco on yours. I do think there is a slight that, because there's a little richness that's coming. And I don't know if that's tobacco. I don't know if that's coffee. I don't know which one I'm playing with yet. But the leather spice, that's a lovely flavor. It's monotone, but it's a lovely flavor, kid.
And none of it is hitting you in the face. Now, you mentioned at the beginning,
right.
And I completely agree. I was expecting a big spice bomb right from the beginning, and really, that hasn't materialized.
Not pepper bomb, spice bomb. Those are different things.
I am starting to get a little bit of that spice. If you want to call it a leather spice, I'm not going to argue with you about that. That is becoming a little more intense for me, but I am about 5 minutes ahead of you on this. It has been, and you said this is more of a humidification issue.
I think. I'm not sure. I don't know these cigars enough because this is an ugly burn.
Yeah.
As an ugly, unattractive burn, although I'll take it. And the draw is fair, right? I think that there's a little bit of construction conversation with this smoke. Luckily, I like the leather spice, so I'm all sorts of fine right now, right? This is... When these first, I heard of these, and I forget who sent these to me, so forgive me. I did think it was all shtick. I'm like, oh man, and they have the Washington Commanders series and this kind of stuff. I'm like, all right, fine. No, that hasn't been my experience that it's shtick. My experience has been they're trying to create something here. I don't know if they're ever going to get there. I do not know if that's it. Fingers Malloy, this is a 6x52. This is the John Adams from Liberty Cigars. Is this in your humidor at $17 a stick?
Probably
the answer
not.
Is no.
No.
The answer is no. And it's because of these other things. They can get there. If there's a willingness to approach the craft, they can get there because they have transcended shtick. And once you do that, okay, you've got me rooting for you on something else because I do want to try it.
This is a value conversation. If you would have said to me,
okay.
If you would have said to me, this is $11 a stick, I would have said yes. Even though we're having some issues keeping it lit, again, this could be a humidification issue and nothing more. But $17 is awfully steep for this.
Yeah.
But again, we're just in the first third of the cigar. Things may change moving forward. The flavor profile may change a little bit. Some things may get a little bit more intense. But right now, there's not a lot here that really hits you. It's nice. It's very pleasant. I just think $17 is a little too much.
If you want to look at the cigars yourself, libertycigars.com, and you want to take your cigar, any cigar you're smoking, and break it up into thirds, first third, second third, and final third. Get your notebooks out. What did you eat today? What did you drink today? The weather, the humidity, the heat has been freaking brutal in the Midwest, where we are in Indianapolis, Indiana, and it absolutely affects your palate. It absolutely messes with things. But you take the cigar, and what are the flavors you got out of each third? You write them down. Doesn't matter how base, how esoteric, how weird, whatever. Write down what it is you're experiencing. When you try that cigar a month from now, 6 months from now, whatever it is, right? You write that down again, and you go back and you check your notebooks, and you take a look at your notes. You find your through line. What is it that really moved you about that cigar and about that tobacco type? And then you know kind of things to look for in the future. Okay, I more like this. I don't like that. I like this combination. I like this size, this vitola, etc. Very important stuff.
Yeah.
And helpful stuff in your cigar journey.
And it also goes back to a conversation we had a couple of weeks ago about how the weather can impact your enjoyment of a cigar and maybe how you judge a cigar. I'm crankier right now than I normally am. And
you
so
had
maybe
a McDonald's fried apple pie.
That's fair.
I have got a bottle of bourbon in a decanter that looks like an eagle. And you're cranky? America is 250 years young and ready to do some more ass kicking. And you are cranky?
Why do I feel like I should be humming the battle hymn of the Republic?
Well, let's get to it. And the one, and the two, elves of Lord's Welk.
Wow. I always told my mother, God rest her soul.
Rest her soul.
If I ever became a nationally syndicated radio host, I would not hum on the radio.
Is that what you told her?
Yeah.
You are. You're a good man. Living up to your word. Living up to your word to Ma. Top of the world, Ma. Yeah, your value conversation is accurate. The construction issues and the other things keep me from $17.
Because the flavor profile's nice.
It is actually nice, isn't it? Now, is it going to change? I will bet you any amount of money. Any amount of money you want to bet. You talk about Vegas. Mr. Gambler, I'm going full John Candy and Stripes. I will bet you any amount of money this doesn't change at all. I will bet you any amount of money this is the flavor profile. Any amount of money.
No, I'm not going to take that bet. I think you're right.
And I think these are the things. And you might think, I don't know these guys. You might think that I'm bagging on them. Gosh, no.
No.
When I discuss, you passed the first part of it. You're not shtick. You're doing something that makes it worth trying. And someone may buy a box because it is a little bit shtick and stuff like that. And then you'll smoke, you'll be like, there is something here. If they just do this, if they just do that, and those things take time and different palettes and all that jazz, Fingers.
All that jazz.
Yeah, see, I'm talking about all the American things right now.
There you go.
And it's time, speaking of all American things, for news of the week.
So, Tony, a traveler hopped on a plane traveling out of Indianapolis International Airport and decided it would be a good idea to try to smuggle on his checked bag a smoke grenade. And he did so by stuffing it in a jar of peanut butter. So it's a big jar, and he hollowed out the middle, so there's peanut butter around the side. So if you looked at it, it looked like peanut butter. Not one, but 2 smoke grenades. And it's the first time I've ever looked at TSA and said, well done. Yeah.
What was he thinking?
Beats me. And I don't know enough about the laws. I don't know where he was flying, but I'm pretty sure it's not that difficult to get a smoke grenade, is it?
I don't know. What do I know of smoke grenades?
You told me.
I did?
When we launched the show, you almost called it Eat, Drink, Smoke Grenade. Now all of a sudden you're backtracking. What happened to you? I thought I was turning to the expert.
Good Lord. I don't understand. I don't understand people. That, you know how dangerous that is?
Yes.
That on a plane?
Yes.
Just be normal. Put on your suit. Sit in your first class seat and shut up.
There's a Reese's peanut butter joke in here somewhere, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
The chocolate and the peanut butter and the smoke grenade. What came first? What happened?
So we have people learning that maybe AI can't do all things. Maybe. Can't do this job. Can't smoke cigars and tell you what's worth the money.
Yet.
Oh, don't be like that.
Already seeing the influencers.
The influencers are AI?
On Instagram, they haven't bridged the gap to be able to comment on cigars yet, but they've got the I look really good in a bikini top role of the influencer down pat.
Oh, well, so do you.
It's true.
Tea, drink, smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. A very happy Independence Day. Hope you're having a great time and a great day, and you're grilling well and good. If you're grilling at all, maybe too hot to grill. It's okay. It's all right. You know, no one's angry at you. You don't have to do anything.
I'm going to boil a roast.
You are a terrible human being. This started, I caught the story with Ford, because Ford started hiring back some of the engineers they had because AI could not do the work. When you read a little deeper into that story, what you realize is that the AI doesn't have enough information to be able to come up with the answers. So they needed the people back to be able to better train the AI over time to make the AI capable of providing the answers. So it's a little, some people might call it disconcerting. It's a little misleading in my view, because they're not being hired back because the AI can't do it. They're being hired back because they have to better train the AI to do it. And these people are training their eventual replacements. That's how it reads to me.
And what do you do in that situation? I mean,
you take the money.
Boy, but that's
take
really
the money.
hard.
Advise your kids, don't become an engineer for Ford. So, Ford, don't look at me that way. You did this. You need 5,000 mechanics and you can't find them. And then you're building goodwill by saying, hey, we don't need those people. We'll use the computers. Wait, the computers can't do it. Hire back the people to better train the computers.
Boy.
That's rough.
It is rough because you don't know when you're going to be cut loose again. I have noticed, I use AI. We've been really trying to increase our output of videos over at YouTube.
Wait, we've been insanely successful. And guys, thank you for being so responsive. The subscribers are growing. Videos are growing. More and more people are coming to eatdrinksmokeshow.com. we have, I'm not going to say stop. I'm always very open and honest about these things and how this works. If anybody tells you they understand the algorithm for YouTube, or they're all full of crap. They are lying influencer scumbags. All of them. If they want to be in business and someone can get some help from it, I'm not going to say no. But understand, all of them are full of crap. There is nothing special. There is only the game the way it is played, which is more content creates more opportunity. Maybe there's a little something to time of day based on where your audience is. Does your audience exist more in the midday or in the afternoon or in the evening, right? Different groups, different subjects, etc. I have found that what I do for my work at Tony Katz, TonyKatz.com, and YouTube Tony Katz, I have put shorts out with paid promotion, which is basically YouTube saying we're in the business of making money. Pay us and we'll help you. Now, some people will look at that and say, how dare you? What do you mean, how dare I? Coca-Cola still advertises. Tony Katz and Eat, Drink, Smoke and Fingers Malloy shouldn't? Oh, sit down. What's wrong with you? If McDonald's can do it and Coca-Cola can do it, and you'd already know those names, Nike does it, Apple does it, Fingers Malloy, Tony Katz, and Eat, Drink, Smoke. We do it. And what we have seen is absolute success. It's crazy. There's a dollar figure. You got to understand returns. You got to be okay with certain things. We're playing, luckily, a very long game. But it is having so much content. And after people see one thing, they've got now 15 new things they can see.
Yeah.
And part of it is we figured out this part of it, because not only do we the podcast, but we now have all the videos up from the show. And it took a small investment in technology to really change the game for us.
But it's amazing, too, looking at view counts. Shorts go through the roof on YouTube versus regular videos, and that's a conversation for a different day. But going back to AI, I feel it's important to be honest about stuff. I use AI for our graphics because I'm terrible at that stuff.
You are awful.
I've stared at Canva and stared at it twice and not been able to come up with anything that would look halfway decent. And all of a sudden AI comes along and I say, hey there, AI Shopkeep, do me a favor and give me a YouTube graphic with me and Tony Katz with the title of the video. And it pops up in like a minute and a half. And yeah, I use it.
Just like that.
And it's great for that. And some people are very anti that and get upset that you're even using that. And okay.
Do they get upset? Oh, people really get upset?
Yes, people get upset.
Does Eat, Drink, Smoke Nation get upset if we use an AI thumbnail? So here's where we use AI. We do not use AI to create any of the content you hear, nor do we utilize AI to create any of the content you see. Everything is Fingers and I having a conversation that is totally unscripted. Yeah. Totally unscripted. We then take the show, because we do it in segments. Like, even though we have it as the podcast, it's set up as a radio show, so we do it in segments, which is, for podcasting, so freaking old school. People don't know what to do with it. Yeah. But for segments you post online, it's beautiful. It's already done because we're already in that methodology.
Yeah. So people, if you listen to the podcast and find Eat, Drink, Smoke on your favorite podcast platform, if you've ever wondered why we'll stop talking and then you hear a little bit of a drum track and then we'll pick right back up, totally different conversation about a different topic, it's because we're taking a radio show and creating a podcast out of it.
We then take the segments that we do. I don't know if anyone's ever talked to you guys about this before. This is how we do it, and we're totally transparent about it. Why not? In the same way we ask for the help and asking you to like and follow and share with friends and everything else, it does help us grow, and it's working, and we can't thank you guys enough for that. We then take the video segments, so we have 8 of them in a show, and we put that through AI. And we have programs that then create the shorts for us. So one segment could create 17 shorts based on what we're talking about. And sometimes it's the same topic 5 different ways. We then go through that, see which one is funniest or most interesting or really catches. And then we go through the editing. Yep. I'm adding things. I'm moving things a little bit to create how that should flow. We're adding a little bit of text here and there. And then we're doing the posting. So when we talk about AI, it has helped, because creating that stuff by hand, that's time and money.
Yeah. But the thing I wanted to address when it comes to AI, when it comes to making the graphics, is I've noticed the quality waves where, oh my gosh, this week it's getting really good and getting better. And then all of a sudden it will take 2 steps back.
Is that because the hamster's in the wheel that power the thing?
That's what I'm wondering on a much grander scale when you're mentioning Ford. It's like, okay, I think AI has this now. We can cut people loose. And then you find out, oh, well, then it took a step back. I know on a smaller scale what we do here at Eat, Drink, Smoke, I've noticed that's happened to me, even creating little graphics.
But that's us creating things on a very small scale. I do ask, as we have seen a backlash against AI, have the companies come to determine that the AI creates an issue for other levels of productivity and it's affecting the people they do have and how they feel about the job that they do?
Does
that make sense?
Yes. It's a weird relationship, I think, that employers have with AI, because I know some employers will block AI completely from their computer systems. But then others are wanting to embrace AI to the point where they're cutting jobs based on AI's performance and how they're using it. So I think at this point, you're starting to see employers say to themselves, okay, it's still just a useful tool. It's not a complete replacement yet. It's not equipped to do it at this time.
I was looking for a useful tool joke, and as you would say, the well was dry. It is Independence Day. Go celebrate, and glad you're doing it with us. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. More is coming up. If you want a place to order meat from that's going to take perfect care of you, that is defiancebeef.com, and the new deal is stupid. Now, I ordered my full cow.
I heard him order the cow.
It's huge. I ordered the full cow. I have it like in this cow, amongst all the ribeyes, all the tenderloins, the 2 full 13-pound briskets that are coming. There's somewhere around 300 pounds of ground beef coming my way.
And they said to you on the phone, conservatively, 300 pounds.
This happens to be a very large cow. Like, it is a very large. Some of them are a little bit smaller. This one is huge. And you can get yours quarter, half, or full. Indiana raised. Everything aged 21 days. The flavor is outstanding. And then packed, frozen, and sent to you right to your door, right into the chest freezer. And right now, you get yourself a quarter or a half or a full cow. Not only will you get free shipping, which is nuts, you're going to get a free mini share. And a mini share is a mix of 1-inch thick steaks like ribeyes or T-bones, a chuck, an arm, or a sirloin. You're going to get short ribs, cube steak, skirt steak, flank steak, and 5 pounds of ground beef. Add it on to your order. Just use promo code EATDRINKSMOKE. Now is the time. Guys, get ready for summer. Get ready for the grilling. Get yourself real beef, incredible flavor, aged 21 days, from Indiana to you, that you can trust and you want to feed your family. DefianceBeef.com. You use promo code EatDrinkSmoke, and you're not only going to get free shipping, you are going to get that mini beef share with all the good stuff. And you can give that stuff away or not. It's your choice. DefianceBeef.com.
Why aren't we going to go pick up your cow? We got to go up there. We got to visit the guys.
You want to go pick it up on ourselves?
Sure.
Just you and me. Take a road trip.
Yes. We'll get the flatbed out.
I can go with that.
Okay.
I can work with that. DefianceBeef.com. Independence Day 2026. America 250 years old. And the only thing we thought to do is crack a beer. Wait. Ah, got it. Lost all its appeal.
Oh, here it is.
We should have used AI for the sound effects. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and that is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. Fingers Malloy, a toast to you, to America 250, to your health.
To your health.
Right there. Beautiful. We picked 2 different beers. Now, the reason we're not doing a bourbon, and we've got the Costco Patriot Eagle bourbon, 6-year bourbon in front of us, where it's in an Eagle decanter, which is glass, see-through, and then the head comes off. It's amazing. Is that it's 150 billion degrees out, and it was beer weather. We had some apple pie. We've got the Liberty Cigars, the John Adams torpedo we're smoking. we had to go all-America. We had to go beer, although bourbon is the all-American drink. And we had to go beer. So let's start with you, Fingers Malloy. From the people there in Delaware who bring you Dogfish Head, what do you got?
So I have the Dogfish Head Grateful Dead Citrus Daydream Lager, Tony. And
Citrus Daydream Lager. Lager brewed with lime, lemongrass, lemon peel, and what is this? It's a kind of grain. And they talk about it on the website. The website does a really good job of the explanation. Fonio, one of the world's oldest cultivated grains. Not my expertise, so I don't know.
You didn't know that?
It turns out I did not.
Were you a Deadhead?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done many a show.
I've
had many a grilled cheese.
I experienced the full Grateful Dead experience. I went to a show in 94.
Oh, it's a great show.
The Palace of Auburn Hills.
Ooh.
Yeah, in 1 week, I saw Pink Floyd, the Grateful Dead, and Jimmy Buffett. And I wish I remembered that week more. But we went in, and it was a crime. It was in August, I believe, and it was an indoor show, which for the Dead, it's like, you don't want an indoor show. You want an outdoor show in the summer. We went to the show, and we came out, and some dirtbags broke into my buddy's truck and stole all of his camping stuff in the back of the truck. And but they did leave our beer, which was nice.
Did they really?
Yeah, they left us our beer and a couple of sandwiches.
Yeah. So what I learned about, I didn't follow the Dead. I didn't do that. We did a bunch of shows. Deadhead culture was never my scene.
Yeah.
Music I enjoyed, but Deadhead culture was dirty. And these people who are like, they were all about love and caring. And no, you weren't.
There's a dark side.
No, you weren't. And you know who these people became? Elected politicians.
Oh, jeez.
That's who they became. But you're drinking this right here.
Yeah, so I was very excited to see that. I think that they have more than one Grateful Dead inspired beer over there, but this is the Citrus Daydream Lager. And I'm
not so much a citrus guy in my beer. That's why I didn't go with it.
Well, I am normally not either, but it's so hot and it just sounded good. And if I'm being completely honest, which I always am here at Eat Drink Smoke for Eat Drink Smoke Nation, there wasn't a lot of cold beer at the liquor store that I went to buy beer. So I thought, this should be. It's a nice hot day, a little citrus in the beer. Let's go for it.
And Dogfish does some nice stuff. And the one of the things that I would try, it's a seasonal. They do a Czechspresso, a Czech style dark lager with espresso. I want to drink that all day. But let's get into what you're drinking here. Fingers Malloy. First, how's the nose? What do we got there? What do we got there on the nose?
Aluminum.
Nice. That's a scent of can. By the way, they also have the Grateful Dead Juicy Pale Ale is the other one that they've got.
There is a lemon lime scent to it, and maybe a little hoppy. Maybe.
Okay.
It's pleasant on the nose. And especially, we aren't exaggerating. I think the heat index right now is 108 degrees.
It's crazy, dumb, ridiculous. And just a reminder that there will be, speaking of the politicians, some politicians from large cities who will tell you to keep an eye on the power grid and make sure you set your air conditioning to 78 degrees. Here's what we say at Eat, Drink, Smoke. We've got it set at 72. We might turn it down to 71. And let's start getting into nuclear power, shall we? Glad we have this all figured out. Fingers, are you ready for this?
I've been ready for this all day.
Fingers Malloy is doing what's known as the Kentucky Chew with his beer. Just moving it around the palate, getting a feel for the flavors. He's doing the Grateful Dead Citrus Daydream Lager. And
it's light. It's crisp. It's got a little lemon lime on the finish.
Doesn't overwhelm?
No. It
does it still have any lager like richness, thickness, anything like that?
It tastes like a light lager. And on a hot summer day, yeah, I could down a 6-pack of this and not think twice.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Is it though?
Yeah, well, I'm going to say yes. Fingers Malloy, I chose the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. So this is the group that's Lexington, right? This is Lexington Brewing and Distilling. And so this is aged, I should say aged. It sits for a while in old bourbon barrels. Or actually, they do call it aged. Aged in bourbon barrels What is your alcohol by volume over there?
5.3.
5.3.
Yeah.
You wimp.
I know.
8.2.
Nice. Anything over 8 gets applause from Tony Katz.
I've had this before, and I'm sipping it right now.
And?
I, like you, the porters, the stouts, the richness, the chew. And this has just got a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of spice, baking spice that sits in the back, which is actually complementing the cigar from Liberty Cigars. We're doing the John Adams from libertycigars.com, which has a nice leather spice in the back. And I was right. It's a monotone cigar. It's one note. And you're right. They call this a medium full. Nope.
No.
This is not even medium.
No.
This is a very very solid beer. And I'm not usually a bourbon barrel guy.
So from what I remember, it's been a tick since I still believe I have one from the Super Bowl in the back of my refrigerator. It does have on the finish a little bit of a kick to it.
Kick in what way?
You realize that
that's 8.2?
Yeah, 8.2.
Well, I have not gotten there yet, but it is spicier than I like to go. This is the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. It's spicier than I like to be. I like richer and I like creamier, but there's that little bit of baking spice vanilla finish that we're talking about that makes it all work. That plays into, I think is it Breckenridge does a vanilla porter? Is it Breckenridge? Someone else that we've done on the show. And it reminds me of that. It's a nice beer. And I don't care that it's 108 degrees and it's darker all day.
Yeah, it could be Breckenridge. It could be Great Lakes, too.
Great Lakes does the Edmund Fitzgerald, which is a really nice one. It'll come to me. It will come to me, but that's solid work right there. I don't know what you paid for that, Fingers Malloy. Do you remember what you paid for?
I paid $32 for a 6-pack of the Dogfish Head and the 4-pack of the Kentucky.
For both?
Yeah.
$32.
Yeah, for 10 beers.
Man, don't tell me inflation ain't real. Don't tell me it ain't real. It's very, very, very real. I will admit, because of the way that I work, I spend very little time in a car. I have no commute. Sorry, Fingers. I spend very little time in a car. I work from home. We've got the studio here. I don't want to leave. I do get out. Don't get me wrong. I do things. I am amongst people. I like people. But I don't have to do the commute. I'm always very, sympathetic to it. I've done the commuting, but I don't have to do it. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That is Fingers Malloy. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. But it was a story out of the New York Post about how Americans eat meals in their car 3 times a week, and New Yorkers drive and munch more than most. Well, this is not surprising. If you've ever had to leave New York to get to New Jersey through the Holland Tunnel, the Lincoln Tunnel, the GWB, on the New Jersey Turnpike, onto the Garden State Parkway, that is a hellscape. Of course, you're going to eat something on the way. I was out with the wife yesterday, and we grabbed a little snack on the way home, right? And had a little nosh together, and it was a nosh. That's right. And it was, you don't know what a nosh is?
A nosh?
A nosh.
No, I'm not familiar.
Really?
No, what is a nosh?
A nosh is a snack. A nosh is a snack. Yeah, you're not having a stroke, Fingers. A light just turned on behind you, and I don't know why that is. Look at that. I got to go turn that off. This giant blue light just turned on behind Fingers. But you commute and you drive all the time.
Yes. We joke all the time about my Chevy Volt that I bought. I bought that in November of 2020. I've put 150,000 miles on it since I purchased it. And, because I've got 27 gigs. So because I'm in my car so much, I see this piece from the New York Post about how people, Americans average 3 meals a week in their car. And I say to myself, that's child's play.
Yeah, but you do it because you like it. You eat that food. You like that crap.
No, I don't. I really don't. You don't think I do a crying game type sob in the drive-thru as I'm stuffing a Big Mac down my throat? Why do I continue to do this to myself?
I should love me more. I said no onions. Damn you, Burger King, to hell.
Oh, no, I don't like it, but it's there and I'm hungry. And then if you're weak like me, I'm incredibly weak. Incredibly weak. No willpower whatsoever. I tell myself every day, you're not going to stop. But I'm in a car I'm in a car on a weekday, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I drive by these fast
not one
food
way.
restaurants. No, not one way.
Well, all in all, I wasn't even think it's not in one way. It's a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And I drive by all these places that they have the food, and they got an app, and you can order the food on the app. You don't really have to talk to anyone. You order the food on the app and say, "Here I am. My code is LMNOP," and they say drive through. No money's exchanged, no cash at the window. It's all done through the app. They make it so simple. They give you deals.
Right.
And so if I'm being honest, I eat 8 to 10 meals a week in the car.
I'll just let that sit there for a minute. There's nothing to say. That's crazy.
8 to 10. Yeah.
That's a lot, kid.
Yeah, it is. I try not to think about how I could have put all that money into a 401k.
You can make sandwiches and put them in a cooler and leave them there. You just grab them.
You and I have similar schedules, except
Yes.
you, like you said, you don't leave the house.
Right.
You want to get up. You get up at 4:30. Are you thinking to yourself, man, I can't wait to get to the kitchen and make some sandwiches
You
and
tell
pack them?
Agnes to make some sandwiches.
Wow. Jeez, all of a sudden it's 1960 for Mr. Katz.
Wait, if you want me to buy her an apron, I will. You get Agnes, or Agnes the second, or Agnes the third. Hey, you in this or not? Sandwiches. Let's go.
Sandwiches.
And
let's
also,
go.
can I ask you? You can't conveyor belt this thing. You can't put a little production line together. Like, all right, here's my 10 pieces of bread. I'm making 5 sandwiches, and here's a bunch of bologna, and here's a bunch of cheese, and a little spread of mustard and the mayo, and a piece of lettuce, no tomato, because you don't do tomatoes unless it's cooked tomato.
Yes.
And then put it together. You don't even need to slice it. Just boom into little plastic baggies into the cooler.
And you got me as Lucille Ball.
The chocolate's not coming off the damn conveyor belt, but nice way to age us.
I think
With a Lucille Ball reference.
Well, who did you mention earlier? Lawrence Welk.
That's right, I did.
So, again, showing everyone that we have our finger on the pulse of pop culture here.
So
over at Eat, Drink, Smoke. But no, I work 172 hours a week, Tony. The last thing I want to do every night is get the sandwich conveyor belt out and start.
It's a lot of money you're spending. I mean, when we talk about this, just the sheer economics of it, kid. That's a lot of money.
But I get 20% off every time I use the app. So I'm really saving money. That's what I'm doing.
It's not even science.
I've often thought
With math like that, you could work in government.
oh, that's the dream. Having said that, I've also thought too, we've talked about things like the carnivore diet and stuff like that.
Sure.
The amount of money I spend on fast food, I could be buying ribeyes. I could be eating like 3 ribeyes a day.
DefianceBeef.com, promo code Eat, Drink, Smoke. You could be eating 3 ribeyes a day. Why not? Why not eat 3 ribeyes a day?
Because that takes even longer than the sandwich conveyor belt that you were talking about earlier.
Listen, I'm not in charge of your life. I'm just saying you're making a lot of mistakes.
This just occurred to you.
Just now, as we're sitting here, after all these years of friendship, I just realized you're not. You got some issues.
Is that your Larry David?
Maybe things aren't going so great for you. Maybe you should think about this a little bit.
Yeah. As we continue to expand our footprint over at YouTube, and I'm seeing the video content, I'm like thinking as I see myself in 1080p on the big screen. It's even bigger. It's more like 1280p. I need to stop going and getting 3 Big Macs a day. And maybe
you are not doing 3 Big Macs.
Okay, that's an exaggeration. No, it's actually a Big Mac, a large fry, and 2 apple pies.
But you didn't eat both apple pies. Oh, did you have apple pies before you got here? Did you have apple pies before we had apple pies?
No, I had a honey bun.
Listen, I'm not saying you need an intervention, but I'm saying the next time we get together, expect a crowd. That's all.
It's just going to be me. That's a fat joke, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, this is happening. For money and for health. Fingers Malloy intervention. Drinks will be served. Eat, drink, smoke. It is your cigar, bourbon, foodie extravaganza. I'm Tony Katz. That's Fingers Malloy. Happy Independence Day. America 250, Fingers Malloy. And you started your cigar before me, and I'm now way ahead of you.
Yeah. And I will say something about America 250.
Yeah.
America, you don't look a day over 225.
You really don't. You really don't. You are what we call in the business one sexy bitch. Mm-hmm. That's how we would call it right there. We are smoking from Liberty Cigars, libertycigars.com. This is the John Adams. It is a torpedo 6x52 Habano, a wrapper, Connecticut Broadleaf binder, Dominican and Nicaraguan in the filler. Yes, having some trouble keeping it lit. And this could be a bit humidity. It's a little bit construction. The draw in here is only fair. I think they're on to something. That leather spice, it has remained. It is a monotone note. Nicer than I thought it would play. As we got into the second, and now I'm working into the final third. Smoking a little faster than I thought it would too. $17 a stick. I'm a no. I'm a no on this one at 17. But everything about this says shtick. I'm here to tell you it's not. They have an opportunity for something here really nice. I think they offer way too many types. You got to reel that in, focus a little more. You don't have to listen to me, guys. What the hell do I know? I'm just a schmuck with a radio show. But I think that if you spend the time, what you have things in place. This much is obvious. I'd love to see where this can go.
The flavor profile is very nice. It's something that I would gravitate to. The issues keeping it lit.
This kind of flavor works for you?
Yeah, it does. The issues keeping it lit, like you said, this could be just a humidification issue, and it has nothing to do with the construction. But this is more of a value conversation. If this were $11 a stick, I would say, yes, it's in my humidor. But you get to $17, to me, there's just so much more out there that we have had over the years where it's like it's really hard for me to say this is in my humidor at that price point.
And as for drinks, it's Independence Day, and we just went with some beer. And Fingers Malloy, he's got himself from Dogfish Head. He has what they call there the Grateful Dead Citrus Daydream lager. Was it 5% alcohol by volume?
5.3. And look at how cool the can is with Steal Your Face.
Yep,
right there.
In the green and the yellow and the white there. And you like it. You like that little bit of lemon lime.
Yeah.
You crisp, refreshing.
But this is seasonal. I'm not saying this is a seasonal product. I mean, for me anyway,
it plays
every seasonal.
Day
this is not no. But on a hot summer day, I don't mind. I don't mind having a Corona with a lime. I don't mind this. If it's really hot, I'm usually a stout, a porter guy, but. I do gravitate towards stuff like this when it's 100 degrees outside. And like we talked about earlier today, the heat index is something like 108 degrees out. It's crazy.
And also, I've never been a Corona guy. Oh, not with a lime. Absolutely not. I'd rather have a Modelo than a Corona.
I like Modelo too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I am drinking the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. This, by the way, in the 4-pack, 12-ounce bottles, $13. So that comes out to $3 and
change,
20 cents, 25 cents a beer. I think that there are other things within this flavor profile that I like a little bit more, that I would probably more move to. But this is lovely because I like the richness. I like that little vanilla and baking spice at the end there. Even in summer, even in heat, I would rather have this than this style, the porter stouts, than anything else.
Sure, but you're not the type of person that says to yourself, I need to have a 6-pack today.
Oh no, never have been.
Yeah,
I had I have a doctor's appointment and everything's fine. I'm healthy, but there are things you do, right? Checkups, stuff like that. And I had to fill out some paperwork. And the amount of questions they asked about the amount of alcohol you drink. Do you have more than 5 drinks in a day? Do I have more than 5 drinks in a month? If you were to count up all the bourbon I sip, I don't know if I have 5 drinks in a year. And still freaks people out that we do this show and we go through all these bourbons. I've got 50 bourbons on the table right here. I got another 100 bourbons over there. Yeah. And it's a sip. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. I just want to taste it. I just want to experience it. The idea of drinking and then drinking another one, that has just never caught on with me. Never. It's never going to.
Same Z's. I will say, though, people are surprised when I talk to them about this subject. That I'll use Fingers Malloy Sr. as an example. He moved down from Michigan and lives with me now, 88 years young.
Yeah, it's going great.
Yeah, it is. He does enjoy a beer or two in the evening.
Does he?
Yes, and he's surprised that I don't join him. He's like, wait a minute. The way you guys talk on that show and the way you used to be, I assumed that, we have a couple drinking buddies, sitting there and having some brews. And it's like, I during the week, I mentioned earlier, work 172 hours a week. Yeah. I can't squeeze in a 6-pack a night on top of that. So I don't drink the way I used to either. So I'm kind of in your camp, but when I get together with friends, then it's game on.
Yeah. But I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen that happen in real life. I'm not here to tell people how to live, and I don't judge. There are a lot of things I judge. I don't judge these things. If it's your thing, if it moves you, cool. But the idea of a couple of drinks at the end of the night, not the idea of wine with dinner. I can see that. The idea of trying something, the idea of testing out a cocktail, sure, totally fine, no issue whatsoever. The idea of doing it again, my palate cannot do that.
I used to joke with Agnes all the time that I wanted to be called King of the Nightcap.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'd have one. And then after a while, I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Do you find that the nightcap helped you sleep?
A little bit.
Yeah.
And then I didn't want to become dependent on one because
it is. Listen, we're not having a conversation of addiction here.
Nope.
If that's your issue, get help. Is it so bad to have one at the end of the night? You see, it's never that I thought it was a health issue or a concern of addiction issue. Rather, it's not what I needed.
Well, for me, I'm just doing it by myself. And if you do that, that's fine.
Dark,
not judging. Yes.
In the back of the closet,
angry. And I thought to myself, if Agnes were having one with me, that'd be fine. But if I'm just pouring one for myself, by myself, I was like, oh, what am I doing here?
Right.
But again, if you do it, not judging you, God bless. It just wasn't for me, so I stopped. But again, the only time I drink alone is during football season. When I got the garage going and I got 3 TVs with all the games.
But so let's say are you watching just the Detroit Lions, or are you watching? Oh, no. You're watching both games.
Detroit Lions are on the big screen, the 75.
No,
inch.
I meant how many hours? Are you watching 1 game's worth or 2 games worth? Are you watching 6 hours, 7 hours?
It's nonstop
your morning
football. It's nonstop football on Sunday.
Okay, so over that stretch of 8 hours, yeah, that's right. I'm asking
8 to 10 beers.
Really?
3 cigars.
Well, 3 cigars makes perfect sense. I don't even understand the problem.
Well, you start you fire up the grill at 11 o'clock in the morning, crack a beer. You have a beer an hour or 2 beers an hour. And there's the 1 o'clock game, the 4 o'clock game, and the night game. And the math, it adds up. So
yeah, I could never. I couldn't. Taste wise, I couldn't do it. My palate couldn't enjoy that.
When you're drinking something like Guinness, I mean, first of all, it feels like there's hardly any alcohol in Guinness to begin with. So, and it pairs so well with a cigar. So 1 Guinness turns into 3, turns into a baker's dozen.
And the next, when football season is back, I should try for 8 Guinnesses.
Yes.
Over the course.
Tell you what, come over and then Uber back home.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to say no.
Really? Yeah. I'm really surprised. I thought you were going to say that.
God, I don't know how to bro at all. I really don't. Keep it here. So much talk about Fingers' eating and drinking habits.
Boy, we could devote a whole show to that.
We've gotten close. We've gotten really close. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That is Fingers Malloy. A very happy Independence Day to you and to yours. And let it not go without saying. It is a great country. It is a spectacular place to be able to live. It is a spectacular life to be able to live here. That we're able to do this show and create this out of nothing and have no impediments to doing so and pursue passions. This experiment works if we keep the experiment working. I apologize to no one for it. And I will say for the record that there have been states, because of their politics in their governments, that have decided not to participate in some of the activities on the National Mall in D.C., have tried to downplay what this is. There are things that are supposed to transcend politics. This is supposed to be one of those moments. It's the birthday of a nation. Did it start perfect? No. Is it perfect today? No. Is it the best game going? Yes. And has it gotten better? Is our 250-year history an absolute story of getting better? Yes. And I laugh at those who say otherwise, and I believe in being proactive against those who think that somehow this experiment is a failure and should be torn down. Oh, hell no. This place is pretty spectacular, and I'm very glad that we get to live in it.
Well said. No, we could revisit what we talked about a couple of weeks ago about World Cup travelers coming to the United States and the love letters that they're posting in video form online on social media, talking about how they believe they were lied to about this country and how wonderful it is. The people are friendly. The food is fantastic. It's a beautiful country. Europeans coming over saying, I used to criticize Americans for not leaving the United States and traveling abroad and going to Europe. Now I can see why many Americans don't travel abroad, because the country is enormous and there's so many beautiful things to see, and the people are wonderful and the food is fantastic. I completely understand why a lot of Americans decide to themselves, you know what, I'm just going to stay in the United States.
And then there's this World Cup story about this social media account, Freddie, and took America by storm. Look at this. Can you believe that? And these people reaching out to him, and members of Congress and governors and J.J. Watt, the former football player, and this one and that one, and helping him get to games. And then you learned, well, he's been in America before. Why is he surprised by any of this? And then people start digging into his social media history to try and tear him down. Listen carefully. The story, he's one of many stories that got hospitality and love and saw America and said, this is fantastic. You can't unring the bell. But there are people so desperate to hate, so desperate to hate, that they're like, how can we harm this? How can we turn this into a bad thing? I mean us, Eat, Drink, Smoke Nation, should never let them. Shouldn't let them at all. The World Cup has been a massive success. Hope that continues. There have been some talks about threats. There was Houston. There were talks about threats, but those threats have been unfounded. It's Independence Day. A lot of people are hearing this will be Independence Day, and there are some concerns about what could happen. But you go about celebrating. This is a place worth fighting for. This is a place worth living in. This is the place where people go, my gosh, this is special. And it is. And it absolutely is. But it's time, Fingers Malloy, a quick round the horn there of news of the week.
Well, Tony, Americans are firing up their barbecues around the country. And I hope you're enjoying your Independence Day weekend with family around the grill. But there is a cautionary tale that I would like to share with everyone from CBS News. A Minnesota teen has emergency surgery after unknowingly swallowing a wire bristle during a backyard barbecue.
We've talked about the recalls on these wire bristle grill cleaners. Look, I get that they work, but it is not worth the risk. You got to toss it. You got to toss it. You got to get rid of it. Now, I will tell you that when I grill, before anything goes on, it is a paper towel that I have quasi-soaked in olive oil, and I brush, I put it on the grates, right? I try to avoid a little bit of stick, but really cleaning off any other impediment that's there. That's what I'm trying to do. Just clean off any other impediment that is taking place on the grill. Do you do that?
I fire up my grill. Fortunately, I've got a grill that I can get to a temperature of 700 degrees. And so I fire that sucker up to 700 degrees. And then I wish I knew the name of it. I don't know the name of the grill tool, but it's made of wood. And you can scrape the grill grates with the wood just to get the...
I believe that's called a stick.
Oh, my gosh.
Huh?
You should be in marketing, Tony Katz.
I am the Don Draper of a new generation.
But this story is just absolutely frightening about how it...
Did it kind of rip him on the way down?
So he was having a hamburger that was grilled during Memorial Day. He didn't notice anything unusual while eating. But about 3 days later, he began experiencing stomach pain that continued to worsen over the next several days. On June 3rd... he went to the hospital where a CT scan revealed the metal bristle had become lodged in his bowel and had begun puncturing his intestine. Day later, they had to perform emergency surgery, and they removed about 3 inches of his bowel.
Perforated bowel. That's rough.
Yeah.
And if you don't catch that stuff, that can lead to real life-changing things quickly. Yeah, that is frightening stuff.
Yeah. So, and again, I know it's tempting. Tony mentioned it earlier. Those wire grill brushes work well. I mean, they really work well. And I know you say to yourself, I'll use this and I'll be able to see whether any of those bristles fell off.
The nylon works. Wood. I am making the next investment into a steam cleaner. And that's what I'm going to use, and just use a little steam brush thing to get everything off there, and that stuff works great.
Yeah. The other option is just to buy new grates every time you cook.
Yeah, and also cost effective. Turn to Fingers Malloy for more home economics tips. If you want a good home ec tip, go to defiancebeef.com and use promo code EatDrinkSmoke. 21-day aged beef from the Indiana farm directly to your freezer. So easy. They're going to age it for 21 days. Then they're going to call and say, okay, what size cuts do you want? On your ribeyes, on your strips. You're going to get the soup bones. If you want to make soup, you're going to get the cube steak. You're going to get the tenderloins. And of course, flank, hanger, strip steaks, the chuck roast, the rump roast. Everything is going to be there. It's just incredible. Use promo code EatDrinkSmoke. Not only do you get free shipping, but a free mini share when you order a quarter, half, or full beef. And with the holidays that are slowly starting to make their way, I know it's only July, or before you know it, this is going to be the best holiday gift. We'll get into that. You want to go to defiancebeef.com, defiancebeef.com, and use promo code EatDrinkSmoke. You'll get free shipping and a free mini share. Go now, place the order so you are prepared for the fall. defiancebeef.com, promo code EatDrinkSmoke. And Fingers, I'm telling you, the cigar, the Liberty Cigars, the John Adams torpedo is what we were smoking, 6x52. Nice stick.
Yeah.
Had a little trouble keeping it lit. A little bit of a draw issue. A monotone flavor, but they can turn this into something. Liberty Cigars, keep going. Keep building. Just keep working this thing. I think it's there. I think you've got something there. And we just went with some simple beers today. The Dogfish Head, the Citrus for Fingers Malloy. I keep forgetting the name of it. Citrus Daydream Lager is what they call that. And I grabbed a Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale at 8.2% alcohol by volume. Nice beer to have on some crazy hot days. If you're doing fireworks, keep all your fingers. And if you're grilling, make sure the grill is clean. Have a wonderful, spectacular Independence Day. Love the country. It's a good place. This is Eat, Drink, Smoke.